Hi guys, this is Chris with the Sunday Morning Podcast on Tuesday. Sorry for the late posting. I updated my iPad, which I do all the recording on, and I updated to iOS 8, and I had issues with the microphone. Just got them fixed today. Okay, so on with the show. We had somebody in the forums ask about what kind of Canon camera to upgrade to, full frame. We had a lot of suggestions, and it opened up an area that I thought maybe needed addressing, and that is dual memory slots. Now, let me tell you something. I had a card fail. When I was shooting a wedding, I had my D3S, and I had two CF cards. And about a week prior to that, I'd been at a bar or something. We were out partying. And I remember switching that second slot to, instead of being backup, which was just copying the images as they go onto the first card to the second card, to overflow, because I'd filled the other card up and I needed some more space. What I didn't remember doing was whether or not I switched it back to backup when I was shooting that wedding, because and the reason I say that is because after I shot the wedding, I came home, I pulled the card out, and I put it in the reader, and I got that distinct smell of ozone in the air, meaning that it burned up. It wasn't corrupted, it wasn't blah, 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 it burned up. I pulled it out, I cracked the case on it, sure enough, the actual module inside had burned, had a little burn mark on it. I don't know how it happened, it just did. That card was unrecoverable. Toast. I then prayed that I had actually set the secondary slot to backup, and thankfully I had. But can you imagine the nightmare explaining to your client, oh, I'm sorry, the memory card failed, I lost all your images. It doesn't fly. You can't do that in this day and age. And that should limit your selections right there. If your camera that you're looking at does not have dual memory slots on it, then it's not for you. Okay? It's a consumer camera. It's made for people who just go out and shoot and aren't trying to do it for a living. That's just point blank. I don't care what kind of specs it's got, but then then let's narrow it down. What are we looking for? We're looking for a full frame. We're looking for 20, 30 megapixels. That's about normal now. We're looking for 5 frames a second or above. Blah blah blah. And we're looking for a price point that's good. And that's why I said what I said about the 610 as being, I mean, it's not because it's a Nikon. It's because it's like $1,600 and 24 megapixels, dual memory slots, 5.5 frames a second. It's right there. And yes, full frame is that much better than a crop sensor. Okay, so you guys can do all your research you want on YouTube. I'm just going to tell you straight up, full frame kicks. It's amazing. Now, it's good to have a crop sensor camera if you're shooting long stuff like far away, because you got to use that 1.5 multiplier, meaning that. And let me explain that to you, some of you guys. Do you know that when you have a crop sensor camera and you put a 70 to 200 on your camera, it translates to a cropped 310 to 110, somewhere around there, right? It's a cropped. Now, what that means is, it's not like it's zooming in, okay? There's a difference. It's cropping in, okay? That's why it's called the 1.5 crop. So I could do the same thing with my camera at 24 megapixels, shoot, at 200 millimeters, and then zoom in enough to get that image back, that image out, and I'll get the same area. You understand? Okay, so if you're looking for a camera, make sure it's got dual memory slots. And that's the Sunday Morning Podcast. We've got a couple of cool things coming up. We got tomorrow and Thursday, I've got the special boot camp. If you want a private, very, there's only 2 other people, so if you want something small and something, really hands-on, tomorrow and Thursday are the boot camps, so give me a PM. We've got the weekend boot camp coming up on October 4th and 5th. We've got the Kelby Photo Walk coming up October 11th, I think. It's 10th or 11th, somewhere in there. Please go sign up for that. I would really like to fill up our 50 slots, And I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Go outside in this beautiful, amazing weather. 50-some degrees. It's cloudy. It's crazy. All right. I'll talk at you later. Have a great week. Bye-bye.